Mr. Abbas Lehry represents the third generation in the family business. In 1950, Lehry Brothers was founded. Mr. Abbas Lehry's ancestors originated from Sidhpur, which is approximately 120 kilometers north of Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Mr. Abbas Lehry was born in Chennai and raised there. Initially, it was a trading company for imported hardware tools, and during his father's tenure, it specialized in distributing valves for the leading Indian valves manufacturers. After completing his Bachelor of Science degree, Mr. Abbas Lehry worked briefly for one of the leading valve manufacturers at the time. His exposure inspired him to become interested in manufacturing. In 1982, Mr. Abbas joined his father's business, which had an annual revenue of only Rs 10 lakhs. In the subsequent 5 to 6 years, Mr. Abbas Lehry signed distribution contracts with leading Italian and German manufacturers and began distributing in India.
So when I joined, that time we were only into trading of valves from various Indian manufacturers. From there on, I started talking with foreign valve manufacturers like from Italy and Germany, and we started doing that exclusively. From there on, it gave me a thought that why not we start our own brand, because there are so many multiple brands manufactured in India as well as abroad, which we have popularized and probably made the number one valve selling brands in India. In 2006, I incorporated this Lehry Instrumentation and Valves Private Limited into a private limited company, and my first venture was opening an office in Bangalore. From Bangalore, then we went to Hyderabad, then to Mumbai, and then to Noida.
They became the largest distributors for these Italian and German companies within a few years. Mr. Abbas Lehry's father gave him complete operational control in 2002. Mr. Abbas's age was 37. In 2006, Mr. Abbas Lehry transformed the business into a corporate-like setup, incorporated Lehry Instrumentation and Valves Private Limited, and assumed the position of managing director. He pursued growth aggressively and expanded the company's footprint by opening offices in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Noida. Mr. Abbas Lehry had long considered the idea of engaging in some strategic business with a bigger and permanent scope. He desired to promote his own brand. He was now eager to enter the manufacturing industry.
I think right from beginning, my vision was that we should do something for the society, for the community, and I know by doing this, definitely our brand also will become popular.
In 2006, he established a facility in Jalandhar to manufacture ferrous valves for castings and utilities, and subsequently in 2015, he established a green sand foundry. When he made the transition from trading to manufacturing, one of the greatest obstacles he faced was establishing their brand in the minds of their customers, who had already developed a strong attachment to the previous brands. Manufacturing is a time and resource intensive process. This affected their sales and it began to decline, and he saw a sharpest 50% drop in sales during the fiscal year 2012-2013. However, Mr. Abbas Lehry possessed persistence. He had the conviction and determination to re-establish their reputation as a manufacturer. His transition to a manufacturing company was gradual and steady. During these difficult times, he never compromised the quality of his products or his business integrity. Mr. Abbas Lehry gave his two sons, Hussain and Adnan, a solid foundation to enter the business. He engaged in networking and benefited greatly from these connections. he became chairman of the Chennai chapter of the Indian Plumbing Association. He was elected president of the India Fire and Security Association. All of his efforts increased his visibility, which eventually led to business opportunities. Mr. Abbas also expertly professionalized his enterprise, establishing processes and systems and establishing the next level of leadership. He eliminated his trading verticals and designated Chennai and Mumbai as his principal sales offices. He assembled a well-trained and professional sales team. As one of the first in the nation, Mr. Abbas Lehry also established a state-of-the-art experience center in the heart of Chennai. They appointed distributors throughout the nation, and their Lehry brand is currently available in every region. In addition, they made a significant push into the exports market, which currently accounts for 10% of their revenue. Recently, they established a rupees 30 crore non-ferrous integrated production facility near Chennai in order to manufacture lead-free brass valves for infrastructure and utility markets. The cost of the project is covered in part by internal accruals and borrowings. In India, lead-free brass valves are imported from China, so this will be an import substitution product that will result in a 20% savings for the end user. In fact, Lehry Instrumentation would be the first company to receive an ISI certification for a product manufactured in India. It took Mr. Abbas Lehry a decade to establish himself as a reputable manufacturer of valves. Currently, Lehry Instrumentation and Valves provides products for the fire protection, HVAC and public health engineering services industries. In national quality rankings, Lehry Instrumentation and Valves consistently ranks in the top 3. Mr. Abbas Lehry is extremely enthusiastic about the Make in India narrative, and they intend to aggressively expand their presence in the international market and set a goal of 50% export revenue share. Lehry Instrumentation intends to enter the B2C market too. By 2025-26, Lehry Instrumentation is projected to reach rupees 100 crores in revenue. The size of the global valves market is approximately $75 billion, and approximately 70% of the market is still unorganized. Mr. Abbas Lehry is an avid marathoner who is very familiar with running long distances. He has set the pace for Lehry Instrumentation to become a rupees 1,000 crore company by 2030, with the finish line of being one of the top 10 global players.